Guys, there's some compromises made for this build, but I think I'm all right with it because of the price to performance.
We got a gaming PC for $620 with an RX 7600 and Ryzen 7 5700X, and for that price, I think the compromises are going to be worth it. Let's talk about those compromises though after word from today's sponsor.
When you think of the best place to shop for PC hardware, chances are Micro Center is the first place to come to mind. And it's no surprise when they have things like BYO month. For all of February, Micro Center is running some amazing deals on all things BYO, which leads to some insane prices on components. My favorite deals is Ryzen 9700X, B650 and 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM combo for $400. And in case you didn't know, Micro Center is a GPU trade-in program. That means if your previous graphics card was purchased from Micro Center, you're able to return it same day and use it to offset the cost of that new upgrade. And for everyone in or around Santa Clara, Micro Center is opening a brand new store. Be sure to sign up for their grand opening giveaway and snag a free 128GB flash drive when the doors officially open. Micro Center can also help you recycle responsibly to make a positive impact on the environment and your community. By choosing Micro Center for eco-friendly e-cycling, you can keep harmful e-waste out of landfills. Big thanks again to Micro Center for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back to it.
So for you aesthetic goblins out there, this one might hurt you in the heart a little bit. I'll be totally honest with you. But the price performance we got from this combo we got on Newegg with the case, power supply, and cooler combo for $99, and the motherboard and CPU we got from AliExpress made for an awesome price performance PC. Even the GPU was used. Really good value for the money, but the aesthetics are not going to be amazing. And you guys see that with the build, but once you see the performance, you'll definitely think it's worth it. Let's talk about the parts and how they're put together.
Coming in from AliExpress at $99, this is the 5700X 8-core 16-thread from Ryzen. I would say it's a pretty good deal. Under $100 for Ryzen 7, I'll definitely take it. Now, that CPU does not come with a stock cooler, so we got a pretty cool bundle here that's actually from Newegg. So the bundle is a Zalman bundle, comes with a power supply, case, and cooler. This right here is a cooler that I don't think I've ever seen before. It looks pretty nice. Actually, it's pretty cool. It's a lot of RGBs, so hopefully it ends up looking as good as the actual box looks. I really hope it's not off-white compared to the case. But hey, $99 for a CPU cooler, a case, and a power supply is pretty good. Now, we also saved some money on the motherboard because this is a Soyo B550M that we paid $62 for. So that's a pretty cheap B550M. You can buy B450Ms on Amazon for around $69.99, but getting a B550 for this price is pretty cool. Kind of curious what this looks like. There's no dragons on the board, but it just kind of looks like a pretty standard B550M. You can see we have like some characters here, but yeah, looks pretty cool. 2 RAM slots, just one 8-pin for the CPU, obviously AM4. This should be 5000 series ready. This part right here you gotta keep in mind, it does not come with a CMOS battery since it's shipping overseas, so you will have to have that covered. We get one M.2 slot, and that's about it. So not like tons of expandability, but it just looks like a standard B550 from a cheaper company. Now for RAM, we could have saved a little bit of money, but we decided 32 gigs kind of becoming the new standard. This is some Teamgroup Vulcan Z, 32 gigs, 3200 MHz, 2x16. It is CL18, so pretty good, pretty fast RAM for $52. Now you guys have seen this storage quite a bit. This is the MP44L from Teamgroup coming in at $54. We just use these so much because for a Gen 4 SSD coming in at the entry-level price point, they have some pretty decent read and write speeds.
Now for the graphics card, we went to eBay to pick this one up. This is a Lenovo OEM RX 7600, which we've done a dedicated video and build on this card. It's probably been about a year at this point, but this is a 2-fan card that you can pick up for a great price, $218. The normal 7600 you can get for about $250 to $240. So if you want a normal name brand card and you don't want to penny pinch 30 or 40 bucks, you most certainly can go that option. But these are good, solid looking cards. Again, they're not the prettiest in the world, but we are saving some money here to maximize that price performance. And this GPU is great for 1080p and light 1440p gaming with some FSR upscaling. Now it's kind of funny that this combo comes with this power supply because about a year ago, we would use this for every single build. This is the Zalman Gigamax 600 watt 80 plus bronze power supply. Normally we go with our Seiko tips, but when you get this power supply included in a combo like we did with the Zalman combo for 99 bucks, you really can't pass it up. And 600 watts is plenty for this build, a little room for upgrades in the future, but yeah, solid power supply for a great price. Now here's where one of the compromises comes in. As you can see, the color scheme's a little all over the place. We got a gray graphics card with a white cooler and a white case and a black motherboard. Not the best in terms of aesthetics, but the one thing we did have to compromise on is with this case, the Z3 Iceberg, it is a full-size case. So our budget micro ATX motherboard is not gonna fit perfectly inside here, but we'll do our best to clean it up and run cables behind the board in places to make it look really nice. And all in all, I really can't complain. Again, $99 for this combo is really awesome. Tempered glass, it does come with 2 RGB fans, one in the back, one in the front that needs to be moved around, I'll be totally honest with you. We'll see what the whole hub situation looks like, whether we need to add a hub, and if we do, let you know during the end of the video. But all in all, 620 bucks after tax for this build is really awesome price to performance, but are there gonna be any issues? We gotta build it and benchmark it to find out. Let's get to it. All right, guys, we're doing something a little bit differently here. We're starting things off with a new release. This is Spider-Man 2, which is a new port that was, sent over from the PS5 to PC. And I wanted to kick this off because this will show you guys what the RX 7600 is capable of. And it's a pretty capable GPU, especially if you can find it at the right price. Currently, we're running the following settings. We're running 1080p. We are using no upscaling currently. We're running native 1080p high settings. And so far, I mean, we're getting good FPS, anywhere between 80 to 100 FPS at times. Let's get to a more populated area so you can kind of see what things look like. Yeah, right around here is where things are going to start dipping into the 60s. So this is still playable, 60 FPS. I mean, this game runs 60 FPS on console just fine. There is no ray tracing enabled because, let's be realistic here, this GPU is not designed for ray tracing, and even the 5090 is absolutely struggling with RT on this right now. And our VRAM is at 7 gigs, so there isn't a whole lot of room to do 1440p on this GPU, but 1080p 60 FPS is fine. Let's go ahead and run to, where's this crime thing that's popping up? Yeah, let's run to this, mess around with some settings afterwards and see what some upscaling can do and stuff like that. Definitely a good thing you got the 32 gigs of RAM. This game in itself is using, as you can see, we're using about 9 gigs of our RAM. And the whole system is pulling 16 right now. So having that extra 32 is definitely going to alleviate some stutters that could definitely happen. Remember these controls, damn. Hey, buddy. Gotcha. Pow. Is that all of them? Oh, hey. Okay, you. Oh, God. I gotta just not expect that. There we go. I am beat up. Okay, so now we did that. Let's turn on some upscaling here. Let's see what the upscaling performance looks like. I mean, obviously, normally I recommend 1440p for some upscaling, but we'll go ahead and switch things to, let's go to display and graphics. Let's run some FSR 3 with a little bit of frame gen action and just see what it looks like. Because again, I know FSR 3 and frame gen are not ideal for most people, but if you're running a single player game like this and you want to get a slightly higher FPS average, I mean, look at this, we're getting 150 to 160 FPS. This is how you would be able to play at 1440p. You'd be able to get a very solid FPS experience at 1440p. And right now it says we'll swing around the city a little bit, but we are maintaining that 100 plus FPS. And that's why I would recommend 1440p and use FSR only as a upscaler to try to get a locked 60 at 1440p, but this is playable. I mean, it's not the prettiest in the world, but it's definitely playable. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'll have Jackson come in here and play another game real quick. We'll do some Marvel Rivals and see how that performs. It's kind of a Marvel theme for this video, but I really wanted to focus on newer titles to show you guys what the 7600 can do. And then as always, we'll run some built-in benchmarks toward the end. But Spider-Man 2 running quite smooth, and you do have a lot of wiggle room on what resolution to play at, what settings to make this work. And surprisingly for a game that has had a pretty rocky launch, this is looking like a pretty solid test so far for this PC. Let's move on to the next game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing Marvel Rivals, and we are currently at 1920 by 1080p medium with some ray tracing on, with the screen source screen. What does SSGS stand for, Matt?
Screen space global illumination.
Screen space global illumination. Another word for ray tracing.
Yeah, it's like very basic level ray tracing. It's not nearly as difficult as path tracing, but it is still something to have. And we'll try it on and off with the 7600 because again, AMD GPUs do not do well with it. But we're getting close to 60 FPS.
Yeah, which is a regular trend with Marvel Rivals. It's very hard. I feel like the normal average frame rate is 60 to 144 FPS. So we're gonna try to turn off ray tracing and see what happens. Oh yeah, we just got about 20 more. Get me out of this. So we got about 20 more FPS? 15.
Oh, it's 15 and 20.
Ah, you need healing. Ooh, big kills here, big kills here.
You are now DPS.
Yeah, I'm not letting anyone away. Oh my god.
One tap.
No!
Oh, you've been swallowed.
Is there a ledge? Oh god, there is a ledge.
Got him. They saved you.
Come here, Jeff.
Jeff said no.
He went,
ooh. The healer needs a heal, that's a problem. Ooh.
Oh no, not me. Not me. No. Wait, what? How did that kill me? Because I don't think this fucking actually killed me. How did that kill me all the way over there? Where do you think you're teleporting to? Get over here. Yeah, nice ult rocket raccoon. People watching this may be thinking, aren't you supposed to save your ult for like when someone else ults? No, not me. I'm different. Are we just gonna? How are we not killing him? He's turned away from us. Okay, guys, we gotta stay on the point here.
Oh, no one is there.
Our Punisher's just sitting in a turret.
He said, I just did my job from the distance.
Yeah. All right, well, Marvel Rivals, 60 to 80 FPS, depending on, medium settings with ray tracing, without ray tracing. You could go low and you could maybe break 100, but pretty hard to run esports title right now.
But yeah, no, the CPU gives you a good upgrade path, so you can upgrade to a better GPU if you want to in the future, but 7600 more than capable for 1080p, light 1440p in some games. Let's run some other benchmarks and wrap this video up real quick.
All right, we just got done testing this awesome price to performance gaming PC, and you guys could probably already guess the 5700X with the RX 7600 is a great budget combo.
And the fact that, yes, it doesn't look the greatest, but it does perform very well, shows you can get some good price performance PCs to do a little deal hunting. The other benchmarks we ran are as follows. We ran CS2 1080p low settings to really show you guys what that 5700X can do. We got an average of 406 FPS with a 1% low of 146. That's pretty solid. Wukong at 1080p high settings with FSR, we got an average of 67 FPS, a max of 84 and a minimum of 17. And then lastly, we ran Horizon Forbidden West 1080p high settings with FSR and got 60 FPS. And of course, our 3D Mark score was 10,378, which is a 6 cent per point score. This is a really awesome price performance system. If you buy a used GPU, buy a CPU from AliExpress, and even potentially a motherboard, you're gonna get a really awesome price performance build. So if you guys want to copy this one yourself, check the links in the description down below. They will be affiliate links and they will help us out. Let us know what you think of this PC down below, and can you overlook its looks for its performance?
And as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
This PC right here will be for sale at PCBros.tech, and it's really got the pre-built vibes to it.
PCBros.tech, we sell gaming PCs we feature here on the YouTube channel, along with a bunch of other PCs that'll be perfect for you at any price point. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You'll save 3% on your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.